Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and this is my own creation. This ship is going to take us into orbit to pick up, I believe it's Mitgas? Yes, Mitgas Kerbin is orbiting Mitgas Kerbin. Mitgas Kerman is orbiting Kerbin. I am obviously not able to talk today, but what are you going to do? This craft is designed to go up there and get him. Along the way, in theory, it is also designed to, on the way up, test a solid fuel booster, this guy here, on the ground, which I should get it right away as soon as I launch, because these solid boosters are in the bottom stage, with these ones here to help him up. On the way up, I'm going to test this stack decoupler, which is somewhere on here. Test the stack decoupler, ideally in the 10,000 range, the lowish 10,000 range, so right around the gravity turn time. I'm going to have to be going a little bit faster than I usually like to go, but I'm going to drop this off and then kick this. That's what these solid boosters here are for, is to get me up to that speed when I'm in the right place. Then I'm going to drop this decoupler, which is going to reveal my engine that I'm actually going to kick on at that time. So that's why this is here. Then we're going to go up, we're going to get Mitgas, and then we're going to come home, and on the way home, we are going to test the parachute, which I'm sure Mitgas is very happy that we're testing the parachute. And I have a decoupler here, but I'm actually thinking I'm going to get rid of it, because it's just adding cost and weight. And then this parachute might be enough to save maybe this fuel tank. Probably not this engine. But, yeah, so we're got to test the parachute in the 20,000 meter range. 20 kilometers, 20 to 30 kilometers-ish, going about 180. So we're probably going to have to slow down with the engine to get that. So that's the goal. So let's see what happens. Oh, and I have randomized the crew list, not the list in the crew center, whatever it's called, which I'll go to after the episode's over. But I did, actually, I guess we could look at it here. And this is all the people on the crew list. We go all the way down to Shaky, who just asked earlier today. This is Sunday that I'm recording this. We've got like 28 people, I think. And it's kind of crazy how many of you have requested. But first on the list, because I randomized, I'm sure that's what NASA does to pick what restaurants go next. But the guy who is going up in this thing is Tuvok Kerman, and he actually needs to go on the bottom one of these two command pods, because that's this one, I believe. Not that it matters that much, but I like to have the guy in the one that we're controlling. So that does that. Tuvok, you are on the roster here. Let's go ahead and save this craft, because we did make a change to it. Oh, and I also installed Kerbal Engineer Redux. I will be talking about that during the launch. It is the most important mod, in my opinion, right now. And I'll tell you why when we launch. Okay, we are on the launch pad. I'm going to bring up my contracts. Here's something I saw watching someone else's video. You can drag your contracts down so you can see them all. I think that is absolutely awesome. What I don't know is, does it remember? It does remember, which is even awesomer. So we've got Kerbal Engineer Redux. One of the reasons I want Kerbal Engineer Redux is because I can't put the contracts and the display of my stuff up at the same time, which is important. So our first goal, though, is to turn on the computer, crank up the volume, even though we're not actually doing anything with that. And it looks like we're controlling from the wrong place, which is annoying. Let's control from here. And in 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay, I have tweaked these down a little bit. I guess you can't see what I tweaked them down to as far as thrust is concerned. But as soon as these things are done, I'm going to kick them off. Then these are going to carry me close up to about 10,000. And then at some point I'm going to kick these on to get my speed. See, we've already tested this, so tell you what, let's get rid of this contract so we can concentrate on the important ones. I guess it stays even though I okayed the contract. That's a little annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. We don't care about, yeah, the stack decoupler is what we care about here, and it has to be at 9,500 meters. So we're just climbing up. We're basically keeping our atmospheric efficiency. I tweaked these solids so that we don't go up too much over 100 before these things are over, and they are. So goodbye. Then we're going to drop back down in efficiency. But I'm going to hold off on these guys for a second because they have to do the final push when we get up close to 10,000. We get up to about maybe 80 or so, but we can't be going over 780. But if we go over 780 at 10,000 meters, we're in trouble. So when we get up to about 8,000 meters, actually maybe even before that, yeah, it looks like we got to do it before that because these guys are going to run out. So let's go ahead and hit these guys. And then we're going to drop these when they're done. And then we are cruising up here. Our speed is almost to 280. As soon as our speed gets to 280, we're good. And there it is. So now we hit this, and we just tested this mission successfully. I believe so. Yes, we've done these. So now we are just cruising over. We're doing our thing. Goodbye to those. And the mission is so far a success. We have successfully done 2 of our contracts. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. I really wish these went away. That's something I would like to have happen in this mod. But there's nothing I can do about it. Now it's just get to orbit. And now I can talk about Kerbal Engineer Redux. I love this mod. This mod allowed me to do what I wanted to do as far as this is concerned. Okay, I need orbit and not surface. I care about my apoapsis more than anything else. This mod allowed me to build my ship thinking about each stage, figuring out, you know, what I needed in each stage. This and a couple tests, obviously. But the most important thing was... Actually, you know what? I need... Where's Mitgas? There you are. Let's set you as the target. What is your apoapsis? Is 100. Periapsis is 103. So we're going to get our apoapsis up to about, say, 80, I guess. That's what we usually do, so we might as well do it on this one, too. This allowed me to kind of figure out what I was... like, roughly what I need to do, how to order things. I don't think I could have easily, without multiple tests, figured out how to do all 4 of these things in one mission, which is what I want to do. That's why I put Kerbal Engineer Redux on here, because I want to do multiple missions in one. It's more fun for me that way. So that's the purpose of Kerbal Engineer Redux. So we're getting our apoapsis up. It's almost above 70. There, now it is. And now it's almost to 80. It is, and we're going to cut it at 83, I think. It looks like we're actually going to have a lot more fuel than we needed. I have this extra stage up here, which is mostly to either slow me down or speed me up to get our speed at 180 to 280, probably slow me down, in the 20,000 meter range, so that I can do the parachute test. That's probably going to be the most technically challenging part of this mission, is getting that done. And I guess I can, you know what I can do? I can put those together like that. Okay, let's see. So I guess we're waiting for orbit. So far, pretty good mission. Pretty simple. I don't mind simple. Simple is good by me. We are at space. Okay, so now let's go ahead and plan our maneuvers here. Still no precise node or anything. We're just gonna do this right here. And I think that'll basically get us a periapsis roughly where he is, or an apoapsis, I should say, roughly where he is. Or maybe we should stay under. Yeah, let's stay under him. Let's just get a circular orbit. And we're going to hit the gas. We're basically getting our periapsis up to about 80-ish. Whoops, 87 by 83. That's too high. So at my periapsis, I'm going to plan a new... Actually, we're getting close to our periapsis. So I think I'm just going to flip around, and I'm going to burn down so my apoapsis gets to 80. And it looks like actually we're going to be using this engine to slow us down to the point where we're actually going to meet Mitgas with this huge engine, which is fine by me. Try not to leave any space debris out there. How far are we to periapsis? We are 45 seconds from periapsis. Let's go down, get down to right about periapsis. And then now I'm just going to burn just a little bit to bring my apoapsis down closer to 83. There we go. That is very close to a circular orbit, which is exactly what I want because that's going to make things easier. So, now what we want is we've got Mitgas here. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver here. And if we accelerate to touch orbits, he's gonna be here when we're here. So then if we use the orbit plus feature, that brings him closer, 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 and that's closer to close, but we could probably do better than that. Actually, let me zoom in on Kerbin so that it's centered. Let's go ahead and now we want to give a little bit more. Maybe a little bit less. We might need to... Oh, wait. Now we can drag this around. That's what we need to do. We drag this around. Oh, but see, when you drag it around... Yeah, see, I'm used to Kerbal... I'm used to using Kerbal alarm clock. I need to drag this around and then do the plus orbits again. See, the act of dragging the orbit around. See, the problem is I'm using the plus thing here. I'm using the plus thing here. See, when I drag this out to get my encounter out here, what that's doing is then I use this plus thing to see how close I am, which is actually getting really close there. When I drag the orbit around, that snaps it back to the current orbit. So I have to do this, look at it, think, okay, I need to drag it a little more this way, and then go plus, 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 plus. Doesn't seem to actually change anything. There we go. That's the perfect orbit. Yeah, the Kerbal, what is it? Precise node. That's the one I'm thinking of. Precise node. Once I get multiple orbits out, if I drag it on here, Kerbal Space Program, the game, snaps me back to the current orbit. I can't talk. Precise node would allow me to move it using the buttons on precise node so that it stays on the current orbit. But we got a pretty good half. Excuse me. Actually, might as well do this because it's going to take a little while to get to him. Yeah, we're 2 hours away. See, and then here, Kerbal Alarm Clock would allow me to pause the game while when we got close to him. But we'll go ahead and just wait for this. You don't need to wait for it. But obviously, if you heard what I just talked about, Kerbal Alarm Clock and Precise Node are very high on my list. The only reason Kerbal Engineer beat them is because I needed to know the information in order to build the ship I wanted to build. So, and plus I love flying with it. I love not having to look at the map to figure out what my apoapsis is. But anyway, I will be back in 2 hours and 26 minutes, according to this maneuver node, and I will talk to you then. Okay, we are coming around here. We are 8 minutes. As soon as I get down to about 3 minutes, I'm going to do what Kerbal Alarm Clock would do for me, which is slow down time, so that I can get aimed at my maneuver node, which is hopefully the prograde direction. Yes, it's the upcoming prograde direction. This is an 18 meter per second burn, so it's not that much time. I was looking at my things here. I have enough delta V that once I pick up Mitgas, I could probably take him to the moon and back, but I don't have enough delta V to land. So we're not going to bother doing that. I also have this... after getting Mitgas, I thought that I have a transmit or recover scientific data from space around Kerbin. So once I get to Mitgas, he's going to do an EVA report out here so that we can get that and then bring it back. So we're a minute away from our burn. Let's go ahead and bring time back up. No sense waiting too long. Like I said, this is an 18 meter per second burn, so it's essentially 0 seconds. I'm going to get aimed right at it. Another thing I want is... Oh, we're in target mode now. That's pretty funny. I was like, where did my prograde marker go? Yeah, I'm actually going to delete this maneuver node, and we're just going to burn prograde until we see that. 2, okay. That'll get him within the sphere of influence of our ship, so that he will then be able to, we'll be able to control him. Because right now we can't control Mitgas because he is, basically he's an asteroid. Actually, let's go into regular mode. Is Mitgas within our sphere of influence yet? No, he's 15 kilometers away. Let's keep an eye on him here. He's 10 kilometers away. I said keep an eye on him, not let him fly off the screen. He's 5 kilometers away. Oh, we can see his name now. Oh, he's starting to go the other way. He is within our sphere of influence, I think. Let's get down to 2 kilometers away. There we go. Now we should be able to jump to Mitgas. Here he is, contemplating his fate. Oh, this is the screenshot. Another thing I need is the Blizzy's toolbar thing. Okay, let's do an EVA report while we're flying above Kerbin's water. Sadly, that's not worth anything, so we're not going to bother with it. Let's go and turn his EVA propellant on, and he's like, oh, look, there's our friends. We're going to go down here and get ourselves on this ship. And Kerbal Space Program, the way they roleplay this is when you pick this guy up, he becomes on your roster. That's not going to happen here. He is not going to be on the roster. He's going to show up on the roster at the end of this episode, but we're going to let him go back to his family. And his spot on the roster is going to... Turn his lights on here. His spot on the roster is going to go to whoever asks to be on the space program next. Whoa. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Did they tweak jetpacks to not be as strong as they were or something? Okay, there we go. That was crazy. He just like flew right past. Now, we might be over the desert now. EVA report. No, didn't take it. EVA report. Over the desert. Sweet. Keep that data. Now, that's the data we're going to return. We can actually transmit it, but I don't really see any reason to. I brought that to do the transmissions. Let's go into... Whoa, crazy time. Not what I wanted. Let's go into orbital mode. That will also not allow me to get on the door very easily. Might have to go back to the ship and rotate it, but we'll try here. Nah, Mitgas is awesome. Okay, Tuvok, you have successfully brought Mitgas home. Let's go ahead and... I don't think we need a crew report. No, we don't. So, let's go ahead and bring our guys home. The only thing we have to do now is, while flying at Kerbin, somewhere in the mid-2000s, between 180 and 280 meters per second, we have to test the parachute. That's when we have to light the parachute up. And we might have to flip these and do stuff, although I would like to drop this before we do the parachute, because the last thing I want to do is have this parachute we're testing kill us. And I think we should try to land here on this big fat area. So here we're going to do a slowdown burn, kind of like we did before. 83 meters per second. Our current stage, by the way, has 669 meters per second. So we could actually land on that stage. I don't really like the idea of it with the parachute and the falling over thing. I think I would rather sacrifice those and guarantee that the missions worked. I have yet to hit F5, and I don't plan on it. So let's go ahead and get ourselves to this maneuver node. And we're going to do the burn here. That should definitely bring us in. Go ahead and hop out. Might as well get it over this peninsula, whatever it is. EVA report. Over the grasslands. Keep it. We do need some science because nobody is submitting ships with low enough science returns. We need your ships. Let's go ahead and speed up time here. We might be able to get orbiting over Kerbin's shores. EVA report. Kerbin shores. Yay! Keep it. Yeah, we definitely don't have to worry about... Okay, we are in the atmosphere. You should probably get back in your ship. We already have EVA from high atmosphere, and I think we have a crew report from the high atmosphere. Let's go ahead and try it. Yep, we do. Okay, we are coming in. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any flames yet, but we're right in the area where we're going to see flames. I am going to just hit the gas when the time comes. 26, we are... Yeah, we're in the zone, so I'm going to... Whoa, that's not what I wanted. This is exactly what I did not want to happen, is me to panic Okay, I'm going to try to thrust up. To get back in the zone here, but we're already below the speed, though, too. So we screwed up the parachute. We basically screwed up. Because this thing does not have, I don't think, the thrust to get me up. I got it! Ha 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 ha! Doubter's gonna doubt. Okay, let's turn the computer off. Yeah, I panicked because I was in physics warp mode and I didn't expect that. But we got it. We got this. We got Mitgas Kerbin was added. I don't care about that. And I'm not in physics warp mode anymore. So it looks like we're coming down over the mountains, which is awesome. I don't think we've landed at the mountains yet. Yeah, well, we've only had one thing. So let's see. Mitgas Kerbin added. We don't care about that. And we got our contract, even though I thought there was no way we would get it. That was kind of scary. I got to remember to turn off physics warp when we're coming down. That's for sure. Okay, now hopefully this craft will be light enough that at least the fuel tank will survive, if not the engine. I would like the engine to survive. These things are moderately expensive. Go ahead and shut it down. Why not? But we're coming down. We're at $4 grand. We are surface. That's what we want. Our altitude is almost 5 meters. So here we go. Parachute. Nice and easy. Yeah, we're gonna lose both of those things. Oh, we almost kept the fuel tank, but we didn't. Not a big deal. Okay, Mitgas, you are never going to do anything else again in this space program, so you might as well get this EVA report and store it, and then hop out. Get your EVA report and your surface sample from the ground. Keep those. Let's see if you can do what I was able to do here. Nope, you're not. Okay. Let's help him out a little bit by rolling towards him. Okay, and we are going to recover both vessels. Oh, we can see blue up here. That's pretty awesome. And we have 263,000 credits available. I forgot to note how much I had before. I only got 21 science for this, but we're at 46 total, which I think means I can unlock 1 tech node. And we got our parts back. We got some funds. I don't really care about those. We're getting so much funds from those things. And Mitgas and Tuvok are back. Like I said, Mitgas is going to be relieved of duty. Tuvok, though, will go back in the rotation, although it'll be quite a while before you fly something else, Tuvok, unless, as I always say, build me a craft and you get to fly it. So, oh, and also one thing I need to reiterate here, or not reiterate, say for the first time. Reply to this video, Tuvok. If you don't reply to this video, I'm taking you off the list. That's my new rule. Current viewers, and the only way to prove that you're a current viewer is to reply. Just say, hey, awesome, I saved Mitgas, I'm awesome. Thanks for putting me on. Hey, I'm just replying so you don't take me off. Whatever you say, I'll just, boom, you reply, you're good. Or send me an email if you don't want to reply for some reason. And that email address is pulpaudioweekly@gmail.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out what we can do for science. Like I said, I think these cost 45 each. Yes, they do. So I'm going to unlock this thing. Boom, done. And next thing I'm going to unlock is struts, these things, and clamps, and all that good stuff. So this is going to take a while to unlock these things. If you guys want to help build me a ship that's tech level 3.1, I guess. You can use these parts, but you can't use any of these. And I literally next episode I'll fly it. I am not proud. No, I have some pride. But let's go ahead and see what other contracts we can get. And I also want to go to the moon to get that thing. Although I'd kind of like to use the moon lander that somebody gave me here. Let's see. We've got LVT4. Oh, and also you can use these once I accept these contracts. LVT45 landed at Kerbin. That should be easy. Test the Rockomax big solid fuel booster in flight over Kerbin. Yeah, another one with some restrictions on it. Very stringent restrictions on this. That could require some finesse on my part. Test the launch stability enhancer at Kerbin. That shouldn't be a big deal. Just use the launch stability enhancer. So let's go ahead and accept that. And test the Sepratron while flying over Kerbin. That should be easy. Just stick one on a stage and let it shoot it away. So we're going to, again, accept all the available contracts. And next episode, I am going to either build a ship that does all of those contracts and maybe lands on Moon to get the Moon contract, or I will fly something that you guys give me that has those... actually, let me just go into the load screen. I still can't, I can't use Anchor's Recoverable Rescuer, otherwise I would have to get Mitgas. And I can't use Voltion's Moon Explorer 4. So next episode, I will either be doing all those contracts, or I will be flying your ship that you submit to me. So go ahead and get that in. And as I said, you can either just comment on the show notes to add yourself to the list, or to give me a ship. Show notes, when I say that, I mean the YouTube page. I'm a podcaster, and we have show notes. Speaking of podcaster, my email address is pulpaudioweekly@gmail.com. That is my podcast email. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I definitely enjoyed recording it, especially the almost screw up with the parachute at the end there. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed playing it. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.